Hi, I'm Duncan Armstrong, and I'd like to congratulate you and your Landcare group on being chosen for the Olympics. Your Olympic Landcare site is one of 500 chosen from right around Australia to be part of the only community environment project associated with the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. Since 1998, Landcare groups have been holding Olympic Landcare events right around the country on the way to planting 2 million trees. Special free trains and buses have brought loads of volunteers from capital cities to work side by side with locals to establish strategic stands of trees in degraded areas. Australian Olympians, past and present, have been involved at each location. Now in 2000, Olympic Landcare is really kicking into top gear. This video will help you and your group get ready to make your event a real success. This is the headquarters of Landcare Australia in Chatswood, New South Wales. Now the first thing I want to do is to introduce you to the people behind the scenes. So walk this way. Well, here we are with everyone working really hard in the engine room of Olympic Landcare. Guy Knox, how are you?
Really busy, Duncan, which is really good.
Yeah, it is great. Guy Knox, of course, is the project manager of Olympic Landcare. And how's it shaping up for 2000?
Oh, it's going fantastic. We've got 500 groups out there. They're getting ready to plant thousands of trees. We're getting volunteers interested all over the place, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds really, really busy and really good. Now, look, what is the first steps for a Landcare group to get ready for Landcare Day?
Well, there's three main points. It's people, plants and publicity. So Landcare groups, first thing they should be thinking about is getting their team together. Their team of people are going to help them prepare for the project throughout the year. So this could be other community groups, neighbouring Landcare groups, people in the town, the council. Getting that team together is really important to make your project work. After that, they've got to start thinking about plants, and I'm sure people are out there growing them right now, collecting seed, local Indigenous seed, growing them in their local nurseries, which is what we really want, is lots of revegetated areas with local Indigenous plants. And that's not just trees, that's shrubs and grasses, so we're developing a whole ecosystem. And the final thing to think about is publicity. Start getting to know who your local media is. So Landcare groups go out there, go and visit your newspaper, go and visit your radio station. Just say, hi, this is what we're doing. We're having this big event in August. We're going to plant all these trees and get the community out involved. And, you know, would you like to support us?
Now, Marty Harris, you're the contact for the groups out there here at Landcare Australia. What will you be doing to help the local organisers of the Olympic Landcare projects?
Well, we want you to communicate with us, obviously, and that's through the 1-800 number. Plus, the toolkit has forms we need you to send us, like signs, i.e. what name do you want on your sign, the description, tree guards, how many, and your special event details, i.e. what you're doing, how's it going in your area. We can use that information for our national media.
And Marty, you'll be readily contactable here on the phone.
That's correct, on the 1-800 number, 1-800-155-180, and we're here to provide you helpful advice for contacts to build those networks within your communities.
Now, Jenny Quealy here has been involved in more Olympic Landcare projects than she cares to mention. Now, Jenny, a lot of groups out there are going to be daunted by the size of putting on an event, the people involved, the celebrities, the media. What is a 1, 2, 3 easy way to do this?
Okay, well, we'll get prepared with a plan. You've got two lots of people really coming. The people who are in the group and have been working away and planning and getting the whole event right. Then you've got all those visitors. They won't know where to go, who to ask or what to do. You really need to have some good signage and some clearly identified people, maybe some of your group members, who can direct people, tell them what to do, maybe show them how to plant some trees, do that kind of thing. So a good plan, a good site layout. They need to have clearly identified people and signs around the site that show people where to go, what to do and who to ask. And also, your group members could be appointed to be minders for the day for some of those special guests that you're going to have there. Your media, your Olympians, some of your special guests will need to know what's going on and some of the background to the project and why it's important. So if you appoint someone who can really look after those people, they will be spokespeople with the media, so they're important to look after.
Now, Jenny, on that point of the media, it's very, very important for all the groups out there running an event to get them on side. To talk about the media, here's Daryl Anderson. He's from the Cross Country Television Show.
The thing about your local media is that their job is to report what's happening in your region. So, bearing that in mind, you can make their job really easy and also get a lot of coverage for and publicity for your project by simply cooperating with them, anticipating what they want and giving it to them in a timely fashion. You don't have to do it weeks and weeks and weeks ahead, but if you give them, say, a week's notice, they know that your event's coming up and then they can get ready to report what you're doing. The things you need to tell your local media are just what you'd imagine: the who, what, where, why, when and how of your project. So who's involved, what's happening, why it's happening, how you're going to do it, when it's happening and where you're going to do it. For the who in particular, you're going to have an Olympian involved in your project, so make sure that your local media knows about that. The bottom line is to keep it simple. Probably narrow down to maybe 3 points that you really want to get across and hammer those things. You're developing a nice friendly relationship with your local paper or your local radio station or even the local TV station, and you're giving them simple messages, simple material that they can work with. Designate someone in your group to be the media contact. That person doesn't have to do every single thing on the media, but that person should be contactable at all times, so that if the radio station or the newspaper needs to get a quick quote or a quick comment or some quick information, then there's always someone there who can deliver that for them. And remember, it's going to be a busy day for your Olympian, so you probably want to appoint a minder for that person so that they don't stand around feeling lost, but also so that they're available for media interviews when they need to be done. It's a great way to maximise the value of the Olympic connection for your event. They'll probably need to do speeches as well, so there's going to be a lot for that person to do, for your Olympian to do. You need someone to be able to smooth their way through the day.
So there you go. That's what Daryl Anderson from the Cross Country Television Show had to say. Now, inside the toolkit where you would have found this video is all the information you need to help you get those media outlets in your area on side with your project. You must get the coverage that your project and your event truly deserves.
And still at Caboolture, more than 850 people have turned out to plant nearly 10,000 trees for the Olympic Landcare Trees for Gold project. But there are still plenty more to plant. The next stage of the project will see at least 1 million trees planted along the path of the Olympic torch. It's all about creating a lasting legacy from the 2000 Olympics for communities outside of Sydney. And what's coming up in sport?
Sydney 2000 is the first truly green Olympic Games, with state-of-the-art environmental practice at every venue. Olympic Landcare is about taking the Green Games out to all of Australia to leave a lasting, growing legacy long after the Games are over. Peter Otterson is the Sydney 2000 Games Environment Manager.
Here at Olympic Headquarters, we're surrounded by reminders of past Olympic glories. For Sydney 2000, we are creating an Olympic glory of an entirely new kind. So come along and I'll show you what I mean. Homebush Bay is an important site for the Olympics. In some ways it's symbolic, I suppose, of the Olympics and the sport and the celebration that occurs on this site, but it extends far beyond that because the Olympics extends right out to the rest of the country. In terms of sport, it goes to other capital cities with the football, but what we're trying to do is involve the Australians through the excitement of the Games. The torch relay and the route, which will go right around the country and reach, we believe, within 1 hour's travel of every Australian in this country. At the same time, Olympic Landcare is an important part of SOCOG's strategy to involve Australians in the Olympic Games and also to create an environmental legacy which fits with our Green Games image. Our commitment in 1993 to the IOC was to deliver a Green Games, and the Olympic Landcare project is a critical element of that. SOCOG's thrilled to be involved with Landcare in this very important project, but perhaps more importantly, we want to thank you and congratulate you for helping us to make this the truly Green Games.
Now, we all know what this is. We've seen them, we've used them, I've used them, you used them, but guess what? There's a new one here, a new recyclable tree guard, available now, and you'll be using them all this year.
Well, we're at Visy, we're pretty excited about this alternative that we've come up with, the traditional plastic tree guard. This is just simply a cardboard sheet made out of recycled paper and cardboard. Very environmental alternative. Folds along the perforated lines. As you can see, anybody can make them up. Slots into place, slips over a tree like that, 2 stakes either side. Takes about, in a period of about 6 months as the tree grows up, the paper biodegrades into the ground as a natural compost, and we feel this is a great environmental alternative for the environment.
Yes, great news for the environment with these new tree guards. Make sure you fill out that form, it's in your toolkit, and get it into Landcare Australia so you have enough for your tree planting for every tree. Since it began in 1998, Olympic Landcare has been a huge success, bringing thousands of city and country people together to plant 1 million trees and really raising awareness of landcare issues. Olympic Landcare teams will plant 1 million trees around Australia in August, but it's not just Landcare groups. We're challenging all Australians to make a pledge to plant trees in the lead up to the Olympic Games. This should be a huge year, and I'm really glad you and your group could be part of it. Make sure you go through your fact sheets and other material in your toolkits thoroughly and follow the suggestions they contain, and you should have a sensational Olympic Landcare experience. And remember, the people at Landcare Australia are there to help and are just a phone call away. So have a great time with your Olympic Landcare project.